The good old short track of iRacing brings us here to the ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour, round number 1 at the USA International Speedway. Glad you could join us here live on Max TV, excuse me, on ACOG TV as we get set to go ahead and pull ourselves to the green flag here to set off Season 3 of tonight. I'm our commentator, Ezekiel Reyes, going to be your only commentator here for this evening. But nothing too much to be said in terms of what we're going to be seeing here on the racetrack. Not a big field, so just a classic and simple street stock race to pull ourselves through the night. 40 laps to go ahead and set the field tone, and we'll crown a winner after those 40. Or might be a bit more if we do go into that overtime, but we'll just have to see if that will be the case. But here tonight, with not a big field, I don't expect too much. But that doesn't mean we will not have a good race here on the racetrack. Just because that value number is at its low does not mean the quality level will be also at its low. We'll just have to see on how it all turn out. But we'll go ahead and pull up the standings here on the top of your screen to get set for 40 laps of racing at the 7/8 mile racetrack. The short track of iRacing, I'd like to call it, because this is one of the starter tracks that iRacing used to race on all the time. But nowadays, I'm not really sure what iRacing races on. They race on Langley, Southern National, and all sorts of other tracks. But here tonight, classic short track racing, but nothing too much to be said in terms of the guys we have here for tonight. So I wouldn't say we're gonna have a surprise, but we'll just have to see. We'll scoot ourselves to the side, play the national anthem, rise up, remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. Welcome back here live for the ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour, round number 1 of Season 3. About to go into the books here as we get set for this fine evening. I mean, of course, 11:31 p.m. on the East Coast. It might be different on the Pacific side of things. Of course it is. 3-hour difference to the Pacific side. So we welcome everybody here tonight if you're now just joining for this broadcast. So we get ourselves set for this evening. 40 laps going to go into the books for this small street stock event at USA. We'll just have to see if one of these drivers can and maybe pull themselves to the top of the board for the street stock opener. Currently, Tommy Reynolds fastest in practice. Never mind that. Hunter Johnson goes and works himself right to the top of the board. So no surprise to see Hunter Johnson, the fastest man here in this session, but we'll just have to see if he could maintain that order and keep himself up front. But we'll see some more drivers logging laps left and right, as this is Connor Trafari and the number 9 machine. 7th in practice, was actually one of the fastest guys in the practice session, so we'll see what Trafari logs in into turns number 3. And yet again, Connor Trafari going with the quota, the most ridiculous paint scheme I've ever seen in my life, and that number 9, disgusting in my opinion, works himself in the third. So we'll have to see if he can keep that very abused 9 machine, and we'll have to see if we can keep it up there. Austin Runkle, one of the rookies here tonight, making his first ever ACOG street stock debut. Did debut actually yesterday night at the Okayama circuit, but unfortunately did not finish that race. So we hope to see this number 18 in victory lane and running himself out a good finish here tonight. Seems as though 9 drivers going to log themselves in a time at least, as we're looks like everybody has pulled themselves into the checkered flag. So we're just going to go ahead and advance it and pull ourselves in here for tonight. So glad to continue this in here live on the ACOG TV, the only in ACOG TV. Everybody's going to start getting themselves up. Full grid order going to be displayed on the bottom of your screen as we get set here for tonight's event. Congratulations, Hunter Johnson, number 22, on top of the board, and the number 1, Diego Roldan, in the 2nd position. Connor Trafari and Tommy Reynolds going to round out row number 2. Row number 3 going to be Nicholas Budlemick and Miles Nelson, and Austin Runkle is going to round ourselves out in 9th place. Everybody looks like gridded up, and we'll set the field to the races here this time by. And again, it's just a 40-lap race, so I'm not expecting anything too explosive. But if we are going to see something explosive, hopefully it doesn't take out multiple cars. But all eyes on this number 22 of Hunter Johnson, if he could maintain order and pull himself to the top of the board. I mean, if he can maintain order on the top of the board, excuse me. He is already on top of it, so. Now just joining us here for tonight, ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour. How to go green, Hunter Johnson in the number 22, running in his Classic 12 22. All right, here we go. iSCAR is going to scoot itself on in. Hunter Johnson in the number 22 will lead the field to the restart zone. And right alongside Diego Roldan, and then that number 1 machine green flag is out. We're up and away as the 00. Miles Nelson wants to go ahead and swing it out 3 wide into turns number 1. Not going to go anywhere out of it. As this number 22, Hunter Johnson, will clear Diego off of this 2nd corner. And they're side by side for this 3rd position as Connor Trafari, and that looks to be the number 8 of Tommy Reynolds, trying to go ahead and make ground there as they make a bit of contact. It's Trafari trying to get the better of this number 8, but Tommy trying to pinch as much as he can to work himself into the books, but currently sits outside of this top 3, but Tommy's going to take a look to the inside of that number 9 machine. So battle for 3rd as they work off this 4th corner. And Cole Pocken, that number 17, currently residing back in traffic. You see 67 and Budlemick, as well as the 00 Miles Nelson. They work themselves. Oh, there's contact, and into the wall goes the 00. Looks like that's not going to be a lot of damage, I don't think. But first caution of the night going to be brought out here. We'll see if this 00 is going to be meatballed. We hope to not see that, but that is not what you want to see, especially on the opening race as well as the opening laps. So take a look at what happened to this 00 of Miles Nelson as he worked himself off of turn number 2. And he had contact there from the 67 and Nicholas Budlemick. So looks like that's just a clear case of Miles was just not clear right up off the corner, and into the wall he goes. So, we're gonna have some people pit this time by. So, a fair amount of people are gonna go ahead and hit pit road. Austin Runkle also on in. Budlemick. Runkle is actually 2 laps down at the moment, so he's scored, unfortunately, -2. We'll see if he can get himself onto the lead lap. Maybe make a charge here, but people coming out of pit road. And all by himself. That number 22 of Hunter Johnson. Working himself off by himself. Budlemick in the 67, who did get a bit of damage, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to reside back in the 8th spot, but we got some people who are going to stay out. No, never mind. Miles Nelson actually going to work himself back on in, but Cole Woody is actually going to be staying himself out on the racetrack. So, got a bit of problems here with the 18 as well as Runkle. Does have a left side damage. Don't know where. We'll have to go this time by, as Miles Nelson's going to have to catch himself up to the tail end of the lead pack. All in the eyes of this number 17, a Cole Pocken, who's decided he's going to stay himself out. And with older tires versus the rest of the field, we'll have to see if he can keep himself up into the front spot as the pace car works itself on in. Cole Pocken in the 17 will lead the field to the restart zone.
Green, green, green.
He protects the bottom side. He works himself into turn number 1. A bit of dooring there as the number 9 boots the 8 up the racetrack. And here comes Hunter Johnson right to the inside, trying to take the second spot away. And Hunter, who was in the lead earlier last time by, is trying to get crossed over by this number 8. Gets cut on to turns number 3 and 4. So top 5, maybe get top 4, excuse me. Battle for 4th here, excuse me, 5th spot. Diego rolled on under this number 67 of Budlemick for this position. But as we work ourselves into the quarterway of this race, at the moment, Cole Woody, with older tires, has retained this top spot, but Trafari is putting on the pressure. We'll have to see if he can go ahead and make something happen, but Hunter Johnson is also harassing this number 9 in the process. So the man who started himself on the pole is now back in 3rd and knocking on the door of 2nd place as he works into turn number 1. All top 5 single file at the moment, but Cole Woody's losing a bit of time to this number 9 and Connor Trafari right up off the corner for the time being. So everybody keeping themselves even and stout as they work themselves through, but this top 4 all nose to tail, and it's the number 9 of Connor Trafari knocking on the door of Cole Woody, who again is on old tires. And I really don't expect anything to be explosive again until we probably cross the halfway point. Everybody trying to manage and save their tires. We'll definitely see some fanning out throughout the next. Throughout these next, I'd say, 5, 6 or so laps. But currently the top 5, all jammed up right behind Cole Woody. So if I was in Connor Trafari's case, I'd maybe want to back up the corner, maybe save a bit of tire, because Cole's job right now is to try to maintain the lead, of course, as the leader. But he's getting bumped and harassed by this number 9, who also gets bumped here by the number 22. Trafari goes around. A quick 360 brings us under caution yet again. Looks like that was kind of a bit of an accordion effect. As Hunter Johnson ran over this number 9 through on the start-finish line, but luckily no faults, I don't think. But I I think what really happened here was the 17 was getting bumped into the corner, and that's what caused this 9 to kind of check up. And this big accordion effect started to happen, but you see Hunter try to stay off of Trafari, but he got into the quarter panel of him, and it was, you know, too little too late. But Trafari trying to pass this number 17 kind of bottled up that whole entire mess, and the 22 ended up running over Trafari. So, a bunch of cars on the pit road. And Cole Woody is, yet again, going to decide to stay himself out. And got another car who's also deciding to stay himself out on the racetrack. That's going to be the 8 of Tommy Reynolds. We're going to cross halfway coming up soon. So this number 18 of Austin Runkle is catching the cautions he needs to put himself back in the lead lap. And he's now 2 laps down, so he's going to have to catch a couple more. And by the rate we're going, he might be there. If he just doesn't spin out. Oh, no. Well, we're just going to act like we did not see that. Poor this number 18 of Austin Runkle, you know, just trying to catch himself back on the lead lap, but he just wrecked it. It's awesome. Regardless, this top 5 at the moment, it's going to be Cole Woody, Tommy Reynolds, who's also deciding to stay himself out. So Reynolds is going to be, I wouldn't say fresher tires than this number 17. Woody, for sure, is definitely going to be the man on the deficit. So if he could just maintain order for the time being, we'll just have to see. But I don't think there's anybody on pit road. Oh, it looks like there's one more person on pit road. Trafari, involved in that incident, unfortunately, just trying to repair as much damage as he can on his machine. Just taking as much optional. And he's trying to buff out that right front, which is very important, especially on oval racing. Want to go this time by. Trafari gonna catch the tail in the field, but here we go for this top spot. It's gonna be Cole Woody leading the field to the restart. Green flag drops, and Tommy Reynolds does not get going through the gears. I mean, luckily he does going into turns number 1. We're gonna be 3 wide as Hunter Johnson's gonna drive himself right to the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, a great move there by that number 22, who started himself in 5th spot, and he picks up Scott Spanos, who's caught lacking there in that number 2 machine. He goes from 4th all the way to probably 7th, but battle for this 3rd spot. Guys on fresher tires. This number 22 of Hunter Johnson trying to work himself around in Budlemick in this number 67. Into the corner they go. Hunter a bit lower than what he wants to be, and he's getting harassed there by Diego Roldan, who also wants to work himself forward. So Hunter in this number 22 under fire here both ways and on both sides by the 67 and the 1, and this is going to allow the number 8 as Hunter kind of sideways through. He's gonna have to block the bottom, but looks like yeah, he's gonna go ahead and cut out Diego Roldan in that number 1 machine. Hunter, they're very loose through the corner, but this is gonna allow this battling all behind this top 2, gonna allow this 8 of Tommy Reynolds as well as Cole Pauken to pull themselves forward. We'll just have to see if they can maintain order and keep themselves to the green all the way to the end. Right now, all eyes on this number 17 of Cole Woody. Working himself off and still battling hard here for this 4th position. Under fire is the 67 of Budlemick, and you see how hard That number 1 is just getting pinched right off the corner. This might piss Diego off because that 67 is definitely the slower car, especially on the outer lane. But that 67 has a job, and that's the race. And he's keeping himself present there with this number 1 as he edges himself into 3. So Diego, I mean, push may come to shove as they make more contact right up off the corner. That got Diego loose that time, so Budlamic gets the advantage. Coming into turn number 1. Still that time by, I think Diego might have a bite as he wanted to. He's trying to squeeze up the 67 right into the outside wall. Might have seen a whole reenactment of the Miles Nelson situation, but that 67 is now starting to fall himself back, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the hands of that number 1 machine. Battle for the second, though, as Hunter Johnson has now closed the gap between himself. Oh, we got a bit of contact, and now Diego moves that 67 out of the way. And we got a battle for this top 3 spot. It's Hunter Johnson now on the backside of Tommy Reynolds. 17 laps to go, past halfway this time by, as the field works themselves into the start-finish line. Top 3 pull themselves away by, looks like, a second and a half. And all eyes on this number 17, as looks like Tommy is actually just going to yield for this fast 22. So top 2 going to do battle. And Hunter Johnson with fresher tires is now in the catbird seat. He can go ahead and take this lead away from Cole Woody, who's trying to pull himself away. But now Cole thinking to himself in the mirror, oh no, here comes the 22. What kind of maneuvers am I going to pull to keep that 22 behind? And honestly, all he has to do is maybe hug this inside line unless Hunter Johnson wants to use the chrome horn and boot him out of the way. 15 laps to go at the line, and time is running out for Hunter Johnson to maybe get this lead back. But we'll just have to see if he can maintain order and keep himself up on that top spot. Gonna approach a couple of lap traffic as it's number 18 of Austin Runkle. Ronco just moving out of the way of the leaders, trying to get out of harm's way as Cole Woody puts him a lap down. But we're coming down to closing time this time by, as the 17 of Cole Woody is holding a hard charging number 22 of Hunter Johnson. The last time by, we'll have to see what kind of laps they were going to hit. This time it's going to be a 23.2. So faster than what Hunter was last time by, but it's a 23.3 by Cole Woody. So he's losing a 10th every lap, and by the looks of it, he's going to catch within these next 4 laps is Hunter Johnson, that number 22. And look how low he is on the ground, but he's hitting the apron and just upsetting that car just a slight bit. And Hunter Johnson, these costly mistakes are going to unfortunately hinder him to get himself up to this number 17. But we'll just have to see if he can make himself known and just maybe fill up that rear mirror of that number 17 to Cole Woody. 10 laps to go this time by. We're coming down to closing time. 3/4 the way through this event. Cole Woody and Hunter Johnson trying to do battle here for this lead, as Tommy Reynolds, this number 8, unfortunately is going to have to do watch for the moment, but also dragging himself into the mix is this number 1 of Diego Roldan, Nicholas Bedlamick, and Connor Trafari. Miles Nelson and Scott Spanos outside of this pack, unfortunately, are not going to be a bit the ones to watch for this one at the end. It's going to be the top 2 all by themselves, as the 17 of Cole Woody pulls himself forward outside of Hunter Johnson. And you see Cole's line, he's getting a wider arc coming into turns 3 and 4, but that time he might have screwed it up because he lost a lot of time there. And I think that's just older tires now coming into Cole's fruition. And this number 22, Hunter Johnson, could do something very, very funny and use him to work himself out into the lead. But here we go, battle for the top spot for the time being. The 17 versus number 22, and Hunter Johnson's going to go ahead and harass this number 17. Caution comes out, though, right toward the back, and that is not what this number 22 nor 17 wanted to see, as the only 2 guys who had a chance to, honestly, duke it out for the win by themselves may be harassed, as the 67 and Nicholas Budlick is around And it seems as though, oh, Connor Trafari just absolutely dumps the hell out of this number, number 9. And look at all the people who are on pit road. Oh no. And I'm very surprised to see Hunter Johnson on pit road as well. He might have gave up this win, but look right alongside of him. That 00 of Miles Nelson is now going to be in second spot, but it's all a matter on who's going to come off the pit road first. Will Hunter Johnson be beat out with a 2-tire call? But the looks of it, here comes the number 9, Connor Trafari. But unfortunately, it might not work to beneficiary, because that 9 is going to get an EOL due to the fact that he did dump a car. But take a look at that replay yet again, as this number 67 of Budlemick goes around. But at 9, unfortunately, Connor Trafari is going to have to work himself to the rear, as we hear ourselves 8 cars on the lead lap, 3 laps to go, and then number 22 on fresher tires, but on cold tires as well. So here we go. Hunter Johnson, Cole Whitty, Miles Nelson. I mean, that's not the order no, just fuck it. There's the top 5. Cole Pauken, aka Cole Whitty, Miles Nelson, and as well as Hunter Johnson in this number 22. Hunter on fresher tires is going to go ahead and pull himself to the green flag in this number 00 of Miles Nelson. Was caught lacking. Cole Whitty all the way on the apron. I mean, just about in the grass. He's going to have to go ahead and, oh, he gets a huge shot. Oh, the 00 goes around. And we have a caution. And who is the leader? Oh my goodness gracious. A huge shuffle for this top spot. Oh my gosh. So Hunter goes around, kind of. And that was a crazy instance, as looks like Miles Nelson. Oh yeah, he just ran over this 22. Caution comes out. Green white checkered 1 out of 3. And Hunter Johnson, unfortunately, in this number 22, is going to be all the way back in 6th spot. But we got some interesting names now into the picture. But it's Scott Spanos in 2nd spot, but I doubt he's going to make much of a factor. No offense to Scott. He was one of those 2 drivers alongside that 00 who were not a factor in this top 5 battle. Here we go for this restart. And I'm pretty sure all the 17 has to do, Cole Woody just hit the throttle and pull himself away. Unless we are 4 wide right behind for this spot. And it's Hunter Johnson right to the inside of this number 67. So he wants to battle for this top spot. And he has to do battle with this number 67 for the time being. He might be a bit tight right up off the corner. But this number 22, Hunter Johnson, has to do whatever the hell he can to pull himself around for the 2nd spot. But the 67 is just going to be pinching. And that lead is starting to fly itself away. White flag this time by for Cole Woody. And the battle for 2nd, unfortunately, is not going to be any much difference for this number 22 to get this win and off the final corner. I mean, into the set of these, of the final corner of 3 and 4. Here comes the 17 into turns number 3 and 4. Battle for 2nd. It's going to be a photo finish between the 67 and 22, but it's not going to matter for the 17 of Cole Woody. He wins here at USA, wins his first event of the season, and Budlemick is going to beat out Hunter Johnson for that 2nd position as they crash along the start-finish line. But good win for this number 17, Cole Woody, who decided he's not going to go ahead and hit pit road, and he's just going to go ahead and win the event. Number 8 of Tommy Reynolds just going to go ahead and celebrate it as well, but Tom looks like going to acknowledge that number 17 of Cole Woody, who is now going to go ahead and do burnouts here across the start-finish line. Congratulations to him, and full results going to be shown on your screen. Woody, Budlemick, Johnson, Trafari, Reynolds round out the top 5. Roldan, Spanos, Nelson, Runkle round out this top 10. We'll be right back right after this. More to come here for this ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour. We'll drag in the top 3. 4 interviews here in a moment. All right, welcome back here live in the ACOG Street Stock Tour. We'll go ahead and drag in our winner into the booth here for tonight, Cole Woody. And that number 17, he led 39 out of the scheduled 43 laps. Was going to do battle there with Hunter Johnson at the end, but decided those late race yellows, I guess, did work to your favor regardless. But Cole, you had to work for it here tonight, and here you are, victory lane, victory number 1 of the season. Congratulations, man.
I finally did it! After coming second so many damn times lately, we finally pulled it off! I don't know what the hell they were trying to think on new tires. I was not going to let them by easily if they were trying to outrun me. No, sirree.
Yes, sir, and yeah, you decided not to pit, so that track position definitely paid off, and those cautions, I guess, did also play in your favor as well. So, Woody, just talk to me about those old tires.
Well, here's my conclusion on the matter. I didn't think tires were going to be that important, honestly. To be honest, I don't think that tires even were a factor. I just think that Hunter was a better driver, because no matter what, I was going to either finish first or finish second. So when I saw they were pitting for tires, I thought to myself, why in the hell are they trying to pit on new tires, try to pull some sort of strategy? Well, luckily that happened, and well, let's just say I got the better end of that stick, so all in all, I wasn't worried about tires. I was just hoping that we were able to hold them off. Then I saw behind me that I was clear by about 5 car lengths on the white flag. I'm like, I got this made.
Yes, sir, and you had it made, and luckily, as you said, you were going to finish first or second, and luckily, you finished the better of that first place here tonight. Cole Woody, your first victory here in the ACOG Street Stock Tour this season, man. Congratulations, but before I let you go, any sponsors want to thank you for tonight?
Once again, Miller Lite. I've done this for 8 years. I remember this shit.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. Congratulations, man, on your first victory. We'll go ahead and see you next race.
Woo! I'll be there.
All right, bud. And that was Cole Woody in the number 17. And that being said, we are out here for tonight. Thank you all for watching here this evening as Cole Woody rounds stuff out in victory lane in that number 17. Until next time, thank you all for watching. My name is Zeke Reyes. Peace out.